Alright, this is a video request. Somebody asked for some tips on stretching. The person has a hard time gaining flexibility. And I'm going to offer some tips. I already have a lot of flexibility videos showing some of the basic stretches that could be practiced. And this video is like a supplement to those videos to basically give some advice on how to get more flexible. Well, first off, flexibility is natural. When you're alive, when you're young, you're going to be more flexible. And it's natural for children. And when you get older and older, your muscles, your bones, they're going to get more and more inflexible. So you're going to get more and more rigid. So if you start stretching young, then you will have a much easier time to have, gaining flexibility as you get age. So the earlier you start your flexibility training, the better. So even if you're 40, 50 years old now and you normally don't stretch, then now's the time to start. Because when you stretch, that is basically like a sign of life. Flexibility is a sign of life. So in any physical activity you do, any sport, if you want to achieve greatness in that sport, you're going to have to be flexible. Because the flexibility is what makes the muscles be able to move and become efficient to the fullest efficiency. Alright, so aside from all that, my tips on stretching is you have to take it very serious. You can't just do it just because it's a chore and that you don't enjoy it and you just want to get it over with. Then you're not going to improve. You have to view flexibility training as important or more important than strength training. People, when it comes to lifting weights, they take it very seriously. They want to push more weight, they want to do more reps, they want to do more sets, they want their bodies to look more defined, bigger muscles. People are so concentrated on strength training. But when it comes to flexibility training, they just they just half-ass it. They don't take it serious. So what you got to do is you have to take it very serious if you want to improve in it. And what I suggest is to warm up your muscles very well. Maybe like at least a 10-minute warm up to warm your muscles up first, and then get a very good stretch. When you stretch when your muscles are cold, it's going to be a little bit harder to get the full range of motion. So I suggest to stretch very seriously, concentrate on the stretch, and keep trying to get lower and lower, or more, just reach further and further in whatever stretch you're doing. And when you stretch, they say in the books at least 30 seconds. But it really depends on your body and how your muscles feel, and it depends on the person. But 30 seconds should be the bare minimum. You should be stretching for sometimes each muscle group for maybe a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. You just keep holding the muscle, the stretch, until you feel that it has reached its peak, or basically until it's reached a level where you feel that you've gotten a really good stretch. Then you're going to switch to the next stretch, and then you might switch back to the stretch that you just did. It should just come like natural. You just perform the stretches over and over again, several repetitions. Not just one repetition, but just keep doing several repetitions. To just go with what your body tells you to do. Like you might do the split stretch, like 10 reps of 1 minute each. So then you're holding the split stretch alone for 10 minutes. You might hold like a hamstring stretch or the sit and reach stretch, 5 reps of like 2 minutes each. You know, you might start off doing a static stretch, which is where you basically hold the stretch for a minute and a half, and then later on you might start doing some more dynamic stretches where you're kind of reaching and then relaxing, reaching, relaxing, reaching, relaxing, or just or even bouncing a little. But this is more advanced. But there's so many, there's like beginner's way to stretch, then there's, you know, an advanced way to stretch. So you will do several repetitions, holding it for well over 30 seconds, and you're gonna stretch the entire body, everything. You know, your legs, your arms, your chest, your lower back, your upper back, your neck, your wrists, your ankles. Stretch your entire body. Okay? And like I said, the most important thing is to take it serious, and then concentrate on your breathing. Breathe deeply. Breathe from the stomach. Take deep breaths in and breathe from the stomach. Feel your stomach expanding out, and then feel, you know, yourself breathing in. Breathe in through the nose, breathe out through the mouth. Feel your stomach expanding when you breathe in. Okay? And when you concentrate on the breath, it's going to make it easier to get a fuller stretch. If you're older, it's going to take some time to gain the flexibility because you have been neglecting it for so many years. People neglect stretching for so many years, and they think of it as such low importance that in order to regain that flexibility, it may take several years to regain the flexibility. Just like somebody who has just let their bodies go, you know, physically, and they just become extremely overweight or obese. It's going to take a long time for them to get back in shape. But this is something visual, and it bothers people more because they see it in the mirror that there's something wrong and they're going to have to make some changes. But when it comes to flexibility training, it's not something really visual, it's something that you feel. And because it's not visual, people tend to forget about it and they take it for granted, and then when they get back to their flexibility training, they just, you know, they expect quick results, but it's not going to be quick unless you take it very serious. You might stretch in the morning for 30 minutes. You might stretch in the afternoon for another 30 minutes. And then at night you might stretch for another 30 minutes. If you want really dramatic results very quick, you might be stretching 3 times a day. An hour in the morning, an hour in the afternoon, an hour at night. I would say that would be like the optimum way to stretch in order to get the best results. But if you just stretch once a day, 30 minutes a day, or an hour a day, that's very good. And you just have to take it serious as you take any type of physical training, strength training, endurance training. Put it right up there as important as everything else. Alright, hold the stretches for a long time. Breathe very deeply. Do several repetitions of each stretch. Concentrate on the muscle groups that feel the most tight. And, you know, if you keep doing this, do it serious, you will progress. You know, and, you know, I'm normally not a very flexible person, but because I put a lot of energy into it, I've been able to become a lot more flexible. So through experience, I could tell you, you can do it as well. You know, it's not something where you're just born to be flexible. You have to work hard towards it as well.